Then bottom of the next exhalation, excuse me, lowering your head and opening your eyes. So bringing, actually no, we don't need to block. Sitting nice and tall. Going to bring your left fingertips to the mat, and then trying to keep your hips level. Inhale, lift your right arm up, and then you can bend through the left elbow. You're going to reach up and over. So you want to feel the stretch up through the right side of the body, but grounding the hips. And then inhale, coming back the other side, lifting up through the core, up through the side ribs, leaning over, feeling that side stretch. Inhale, come back to center. And then going to lift the arms up on the next inhale, and then exhale, rotating to the right. Sorry, the left. But use the right arm on the left thigh to draw you around, but lift it up through the core, nice and long through the spine. And then inhale, bring your arms back up. And exhale, change sides. Once more, inhale, exhale, inhale, change sides, exhale, and then come back to center. Come into butterfly for a moment, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, and if it helps to sit up on your block and tilt your hips over the front of it to help hold on to your shins, press out towards your knees, but lift your chest. You want to draw yourself slightly forward, so feel the gentle squeeze of the glutes. Press the soles of the feet in. And then on the next exhale, hinging forward a little, so keeping the back straight, bring your hands around your toes, and then start to curl inwards. You can press your elbows out into your thighs. And you can slide your thumb between the soles of your feet and open the feet like the pages of a book. Just feeling where you are. If it's enough to be leaning forward, then you don't need to take that extra level. And then inhale, sitting back up. Exhale, draw the knees together, come onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to come into Balasana, child's pose. The knees wide, toes touching, forehead and tip of the nose on the mat. And just relax your arms down and let your hips draw back towards your heels. And then inhale, keep the head down. You're going to activate your arms. So lift your elbows, press the palms down, and push your hands away from you. So really feeling the tailbone drawing down towards your heels. And then lift your head, walk your hands over to your right, and bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Let your head rest on your arms or between your arms, and then roll those left ribs upwards, draw the left hip back, get nice and long in the left side of the body. Softening into it with each exhale, and then walk your hands back to center, over to the other side, and then right hand on top of left. Draw the right ribs up and draw the right hip back. And then come back to center. We're going to come into puppy pose. The knees parallel, tuck your toes under, keep your hips over your knees, but walk your hands forward. Turn your tailbone up. Draw the forehead down, or you can even draw the chin to the floor if you're more flexible. So this is Anahartasana, heart opening pose, or puppy. Feel that lengthening through the shoulders. And then inhaling, come back to tabletop, and then come down into Sphinx. Elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel, tops of the feet pressed down, so kneecaps lift. Gentle squeeze of the glutes, so pubic bone presses down, and then push down through the elbows. Draw the energy of the elbows towards your hips, so you feel that lengthening in the front body, keep the legs nice and strong, and then draw your chin down. And then exhale, reaching your arms in front. You're going to bring the left hand down by your side with the palm down. And the gaze goes down. You're going to inhale, lift the left leg and the right arm, but only to hip and shoulder height. Get long through the toes and fingers. And then exhale, just soften down. We'll do 3 times on this side and then change. Okay, reach the arm again, inhale, lift, same right arm, left leg, squeeze the glutes, press the hips down, draw the navel in, exhale, release, inhale, last one. So obviously you breathe as you need to, but I'm just telling you which breath to move on. Exhale, release. Just rest your head on both forearms. Turn your feet out for a minute, rock your hips. And then other side, you're now going to reach the left arm forward and the right palm pressing down beside you. Far up the legs, we're pressing the tops of the feet down, and then inhale, lift the left arm and the right leg. Keep breathing nice and long. Exhale, relax. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Last one, inhale to lift. And exhale to soften. Then while we're on our front, we're going to do frog, or wherever we can get with so there's this frog that we do with the hip stretching, knees wide, feet turned down, but then there's also Bakasana, which is, it's like a quad stretch, but then you're going to take your arm on the inside. So it's like the thumb, you bring your hand down with the thumb round and then turn the thumb up, come to the inside. So it's a shoulder stretch. And you're actually trying to draw your foot down to the outside of your thigh. So you can even bring the elbow up, roll the hand onto the top of the foot. But however, if you can only just reach to the outside of the foot, that's fine. But if you can get the grip on the inside, we're trying to draw the foot down to the outside of the hip. You can rest down. If you've done this before, you know where you're going. You can do both feet together, but otherwise we'll rest the one leg and then draw the opposite leg in. Same thing, if you can, you'll turn the thumb upwards and come get the grip on the inside of the foot. Just feel where you're at. If that's too much, then you can just do a normal quad stretch. Use your breath. You're trying to let the muscles lengthen, but gently. You're just warming up. So, okay, exhale, slowly release. Don't let them hit your feet, ping back. And then you're going to press yourself to sit up. Take your strength. And when we were doing forward folding to try and get long in the body, so that we don't, as soon as we want to lift up and hinge, so like you were in butterfly, but you don't just, as you curl in, you let the pelvis drop back. It's the same thing when you're doing with Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, is flexing the feet, pressing down through the backs of the thighs, and then push through your sitting bones, lift up. And we're going to, this time, use the strap around the balls of both feet, and have, you don't want to be, if you can reach your own feet with 2 fingers in the thumb, then that's what you'll do. But if you can't do that without this happening, that you're overreaching through the upper back, you want to lift up, lean and reach, you can use your hands, but otherwise use the strap, and you can come so the elbows are soft, but you still feel connected to the feet, so not too far away from them. So just find level. Slight internal rotation of the thighs, so the knees, toes point up. Lift up your chest. And then your arms are going to help you hinge, but you don't want to do this, so you feel you're pulling through the upper back. So keep the lift, hinge forward, and use your arms. Exhale. So we're not going to curl in, we're just trying to bring the chest forward, help the elbows in, get long in the body. So this is the space we're trying to make, even though we're folding partly forward. And then if you can start to curl in. So even if you're more upright, it's still the action of staying where you are, and then starting to draw the rib points, to the ribs towards the hip points, draw in through the pelvic floor. Use your breath, each exhale, you can move your hands along the strap if it helps. But you want to reach the chin a little forward, each inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, curl in again. So it's like a little millimeter by millimeter, and then inhale, sitting up. Exhale, release the strap. We're going to do the same thing, actually. Oh yeah, that's what you do. Not Janusasana, yes. So you're going to take the feet wide, and this is where, if it's helpful, you can sit up on a rolled up towel to give your hips a little height. But take the feet wide. You want to flex at the ankles and internal rotation of the thighs slightly, so feet and knees are pointing upwards. And then you're going to lift through the chest. So this way, you can even sit up in your block if it helps, but we want to go sideways. So you're going to lean over to the left and bring the left arm on the inside of the thigh. And that might be enough. You're trying to stack the shoulders, roll the right ribs up to the ceiling. But if you can, and it might be easy, if you can take hold of the foot, you can take hold, and it's easier to reach for the foot while you're looking, and keeping the arm on the inside so you've got a bit of leverage if you can. So you don't have to, if you can't go all the way there, just rest the hand on the inside. But if you can reach the foot, then we're going to turn your ribs up. You can keep the top hand lifting up, but if you can connect with the foot, do that. But you're trying to get long in the side body. So wherever you're at, it's just feeling into the little increments of the body that can help you. Like if the legs are extended, push through the heels, squeeze the kneecaps, and use your breath. Inhale to lengthen a little, exhale to fold, and then inhale, come all the way back up. Take your hands to the back of your knees, lean back, just bring the legs together for a moment. So this is where, when we haven't done our sun salutes yet and warmed up enough, then it's not a competition. Don't be looking at what anyone else is doing. All bodies are different. So don't pull a hamstring in the first 15 minutes of class. At the end of class, it's fine. So other side, oh, actually, before we do that, we're going to Janusasana, which is a one-legged forward fold. So now your left leg is straight and the right leg is bent. If you feel this knee is sticking up in the air, you can rest it on your towel roll or your block, so you can soften through the hip, and then take your strap. It's the same thing as seated forward fold. But we're going to lift up first. So rather than doing this and then going from here, you want to have shoulders and hips stacked, lift up through your core, press through the thigh, down through the thighs, and then you're going to revolve to draw the navel in, revolve, and then you can do a little bend in the knee, hook the foot. So stay nice and tall, lift up, have that connection to the foot. If you can reach the foot, you'll have both thumbs against the middle two toes and the fingers around behind it. But if you're using the strap, lift up, press through the ball of the foot, so you feel like you're helping draw yourself forward, exhale as you hinge, and then start to curl in. So you'll feel a length now up the left, up through the right hip and the lower back. So you really want to use your core. We don't want to overstretch it, but just a feeling into that lengthening as you reach forward and fold. One more breath. And then inhale, lifting up, release the strap. Come to wide-legged Konasana. And I'm going to, so have you got a towel there? I'm going to show you how, so if you know that your hamstrings are tight, then do sit on something, because what's happening, you'll see when you look at my hamstrings aren't over. So if I'm sitting on the ground and I can feel I can't get my pelvis to rock forward, then it's all, your hamstrings are so tight because your hamstrings are tight, they're pulling your bottom under, so they're pulling your pelvis back. So we want to try and give them a bit of help. So if you sit up a little, or even more than that, you'll see that it actually helps to tilt you forward. So then you're already in the position where it makes it easier. So a little bit of height will help. So don't think you're being brave to just sit flat on the mat. These props are good to use. And then from there, so you feel you're over the edge, so you're tilting your pelvis forward. Press the backs of the thighs towards the mat. Inhale, lift up. And as you hinge forward, we're then going to bring the right arm on the inside of the right leg. If you can reach for the foot, do that first. Sliding. And then you're going to lift up, roll those left ribs up to the ceiling. Lift the hand up, that might be enough. If you can, you'll close the loop and then keep turning the ribs up towards the ceiling. You want to feel into the backs of the legs and the side of the body. So it doesn't matter if you can't reach the foot. So don't just try and well done. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your knees, or bend your knees and bring your legs together. And come into down dog. Oh no, I didn't do Janice. Sorry. One more painful pose. Same thing, you can be sitting on your towel. And this time Konasana, and then we're going to bend the left leg in, foot against thigh, internal rotation of that leg so the leg isn't rolled out. Strap. So starting off, so we lengthen through the spine before we fold. So inhale to lift, and we can take the arms up and fold, but if you're using the strap, we'll just start with the arms where they are. So lift up, draw up through the pelvic floor, and then as you exhale, you're going to revolve. Bend that near little strap around the ball of the foot. Lift, inhale, exhale, hinge forward and start to fold, and then stay where you get to, and the next inhale, little slight lift of the chest, squeeze the core, exhale, fold. But allowing that left hip to soften and relax. Tension is through, or the tone is through the straight leg. One more breath, and then inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release, and come into down dog. Moving. From down dog, walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into ragdoll. And then slowly come to stand. Walk to the front of the mat. We'll do a half salute. Standing in mountain. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, palms to touch, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight legs, flat back, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Sorry. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And standing mountain. Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salute A. Standing in mountain. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms to touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, palms down, step or jump back to Chaturanga. Lowering to up dog or cobra on the inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, come into down dog. Take 3 breaths. The first proper dog, you can walk your dog a little, feel into the calves. You can roll those knees under to move the hips. And then inhale, step, hop, jump forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. So you can do 2 more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, thank you. Exhale, Chaturanga, palms down, step back. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. 3 breaths. Ujjayi breath, so that breath with sound. And then inhale to come forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, Tadasana, mountain. Last one, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Up Dog or Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. 3 breaths. Inhale to come forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, Tadasana, mountain. From the front of the mat, we're going to come into forward fold variation. So feet hip distance apart, and then you're going to bring the right foot to the outside of the left foot. Crossing over. You want to be able to press both big toes down, but squeeze the thighs. Lift up through your core. Inhale, bring your arms up, nice and long, and then exhale, fold forward. So tailbone goes up, and bring fingertips down, or because you can't bend your knees in this position, you can just hold onto your elbows and your head. But squeeze the thighs towards each other, turn your tailbone up, you're trying to feel into the outer hips, and then inhale all the way up. Palms to touch, exhale, hands to heart. Then that leg goes all the way round to the back. So now the other leg is in front. Same thing, inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale, forward fold. So see if you can feel into this. So we're forward folding, so but we're trying to get length in the front body. Still, turn your tailbone up. You're trying to feel into, this is good for runners. It's stretching the IT band, that connective tissue on the outside of the thigh. Exhale here, and then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, standing mountain. You're going to take a vinyasa, so short sun salute, bend your knees, palms down, step back for chaturanga, tip forward, lower, so chaturanga, so either up dog or cobra. So if you're coming into up dog, you don't hit the mat. And shoulders away from ears, exhale, coming to down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, bring the right foot between your hands, drop the left heel down for triangle, Trikonasana. So coming up, you're on the central line, right toes point forward, left outside edge of the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Lift up through the thighs, squeeze the quads, arms go wide. So thinking about space and light, our theme is as we take the left hip back, we want to reach but not tip. So you want to reach as far as you can, squeeze your kneecaps. So reach. So you want to be long from the hip crease to the armpit. Keep that, and then you're going to tip. So you're trying to extend through the chest, and then lean back, rolling that right buttock under, left ribs rolling up to the ceiling. Then inhale. Come all the way up, arms go wide. Keep your legs straight in triangle, bring your arms into cactus. And then you're going to squeeze 3 times shoulder blades towards each other, and then bring the forearms all the way forward. And then inhale, take the arms back. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Take the arms wide into triangle again. And then we're going to bend through the front knee, warrior 2. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. Again, we want to, so we're not leaning forward, you want to stack the hips so you've got equal length in the side body. Pause in here a moment. And then we're going to come up into 5-pointed star. So straighten your legs, reach up wide, exhale, again, warrior 2. Take a breath. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. And then bring your hands down, step back for a vinyasa. So palms down, step back for chaturanga. If you're taking up dog, don't hit the mat, but otherwise come down to cobra. Up dog, you'll flip your feet, bring your chest forward, look, drop the hips. And then exhale, whichever you're in, cobra or up dog, you come into down dog. This time we're going to lift the same leg, right leg up, roll forward into plank, bring the right knee under your hip, and then the foot's going to go out to the left. Flex at the ankle, so draw the toes towards you, press down through the outside edge of that foot. press the floor away. We're going to lower the hip 3 times. 1, squeeze the outer hip, come back up, so you're staying on the ball of that back foot. 2, try and keep the arms straight. 3, and then lift the leg back, down dog. Take a breath. Then inhale, left leg lifts, bring the left foot between your hands. Drop the right heel down, come up into triangle, Trikonasana. The same thing, thinking about length in the side body, take your arms wide. I think if somebody wants to turn the back heater off, don't know if you're all right with it, it's fine. I just realised it's still on. Oh, the one by the door, Kate, sorry. It's the green light on the right hand side, thank you. So triangle, squeeze your kneecaps, draw that energy upwards, arms go wide, squeeze in the upper arms, take the right hip back, reach forward, don't tip, reach, 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 and then tip. Try to really lengthen the left side of the ribs, even as you're folding. Take the left hip back. And then inhale, coming up, keep your arms straight. Arms into cactus. Exhale, hands elbows together. Inhale, draw the arms apart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pull arms together. Inhale. And then come into warrior 2. So almost like you can feel that lift in the inner right thigh as you press the outside edge of the foot down. Sink your hips. Make sure you can see the big toe on the inside of the thigh. 5-pointed star. Inhale, squeeze your glutes as you come up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And exhale. Then bring the hands down, step back. Your vinyasa, so roll forward into plank. So if you've had enough for the minute, you can come into down dog. Otherwise, inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale to down dog. Take a breath here. Nice and long yogic breath, just settling the breath. And then you're going to inhale, lift the left leg up. Bring the left, come into plank, left knee under your hips. And then bring the left foot to the outside to the right. Press the outside edge of that foot down. So flex the foot, draw the toes back towards you. Push the floor away. So feel like you're puffing out between your shoulder blades. Draw your navel in, lower the hips. 1. Inhale, lift. 2. Squeeze thighs together to lift up. Last one. Step back to down dog and then come into child's pose. Then inhale, come up onto your knees or heels if I can heel. So we're going to do wild thing, but if you don't want to do wild thing, which is a version of the one we just did, where we did that, although, so it's very strong in the arms, so we'll do a little bit more strong work with vinyasas and chaturanga. So if you don't want to do wild thing, then you'll just do a version of, which I'll show you, but we'll do, because we're looking at the side body, we can do some side planking as well. So if you need to take a break, just come into child's pose or take a vinyasa if you don't want to do the stronger poses, but come into down dog. Roll forward into plank. So you want to feel you're hugging your forearms towards each other, puffing out between the shoulder blades and pushing the floor away. Hug your shins towards each other. And then lift through the back of the head. So don't let the head dangle down. Your gaze is down straight to the front of the mat there. And then lift your hips up into down dog, nice and high up on the toes. And then take the thigh bones back, turn your tailbone up. So really try and press down through the index finger and the base of the thumb to keep the wrist safe. We're going to roll forward again into plank. You want that inner hug, puffing out, so spreading the shoulder blades a little. Really feel the back body turning on as much as the front body. And then lifting back up into down dog. This time, drop your knees. You're going to come down on, actually, we'll start, come on just side forearm plank. So lie on your right side. You're going to have your elbow under your shoulder or slightly forward with the hand in front of your face. Stack your feet. And then if you want to modify, so you make it a little easier for yourself, you can bring the top leg, the foot in front of you as a kickstand, but you want to keep the outside edge of the right foot pressing down. So flex the feet. And then we're going to use the top hand. So you can, if you need to, you can keep the left hand in front of you to help, or you can lift it up. So you've got versions of it. Press through the elbow. You don't want to sink into this shoulder. You want to push the floor away, get nice space in the neck area and length in the ribs. So inhale and lift. So whichever version you're going for. Just squeeze the outer right buttock glute there. And then lower the hip all the way down. Okay, so we're now going to, whichever version you want, and you can come to an easy one if you want to, we're going to lower the hip. No, actually, we're all coming to a kickstand. So bring the top foot over. And then as we lift up, you're pressing the outside edge of the right foot down, reach the top hand up, and you're going to lower the hips down to kiss the mat and then squeeze up. So keep going 5 times. So you're really waking up the side body. Really use the outside edge of the foot. When you've done 5, lower your hips down. Roll onto your front, come into Sphinx. So elbows under shoulders. Tops of the feet press down. Draw your chest forward. So feel lengthening of the core. Chin down slightly. Okay, and then the other side. So you're going to roll onto your left side. Oh no, sorry, we need to do the and then coming to down dog. So and then we're going to do sorry, I meant to, did I do actual side plank on the I only did it. No, I didn't sit on there. Come down onto your side, sorry. Yeah. Exactly the same, but on the left side. So if you need to modify a little, bring the foot in front. What is it?
Go this way.
Yeah.
Go this way.
Oh, I had to change sides, so I'm looking at you. You're on your left side.
Yeah.
So you're facing that way. Elbow under shoulder, press down through the forearm. Inhale, lift your hips. So you can lift the hand up or have the right hand in front of you to help. Take another breath. And then exhale to lower. Everybody now is going to do the version with the kickstand in front to make it easier. Inhale, lift, and then you're going to lower the hips to kiss the mat. Squeeze the outer hips to lift up. Don't rush it. Okay, fifth one. You can relax. Roll on your front. Come into Sphinx.